that saw the video from the last ride, you'll know that got some water in the clutch here, in the clutch cover. Drained it all out through the nice, it's got a nice drain here. I gotta check that too and make sure that that's not the culprit, that it's sealing properly. But what I see is this first clamp here is loose. So I have to take a better look into this. I think that goes to the exhaust up here, and the water never got that high up to here. So that clamp, which should have been checked by Halfway Motors Power Sports before they gave it to me, and to put some blame on me, I should have checked it, because I found many loose clamps on my 850 when I bought it brand new, and I've heard many people say that. So I'm gonna take this out, clean it up, tighten up the clamps, make sure everything's good. Yeah, I'm also working on the winch issue. I changed the relay out, and I don't know if that's a problem. I'm still not getting any power to the winch. Got power to the solenoid, but not from there to the winch. Maybe I gotta get in and check the wire. It's back in down under here. It goes to the key. So I'll check that. And in case you're curious, there's the air intake. There's the air filter. That's the air filter box. It just slides in there and goes down like that. That's up in the under the console, which only takes these two little clips and one clip here to take off. So 3 rides in, I'm already working on this thing. Should I be worried? I don't know. Continue following along, and we'll see how this whole process goes. That's a long one. So I don't see any issue in there. Wire's still attached, nothing's burnt or broken. Yeah, I gotta take this cover off here. There's I think there's 4. I think it's like the other side. It's got 4 push pins on it. Pull that off, and then I can, whoops, and then I can get at the clamp that's loose in there. Okay, there's the exhaust. This clamp tight. This clamp, there's no way you should be able to do that with a clamp. So that is what was loose. Yeah. Holy Christ. Seriously? Come on, Can-Am, you can do better than that. Wow. Little annoying on a brand new machine. Halfway Motors, you should have caught that. Halfway Motor Power Sport. That is lame. Alright, there's the clutch cover. I need 2 hands to see if I can get this thing out. And I noticed now, I already noticed that there's a push pin missing from there too. So we got a push pin here, probably a push pin on the other side somewhere. Okay, it's a little better than I thought. This isn't all one piece anymore. That just pulls off. One push pin here. Bad. still not as good. There we go. Gaskets. Clutches don't even look dirty. I don't even think the water touched them. Okay, three rides. The threads have disappeared in a couple spots, but I mean the belt still looks fairly good. And I picked myself up another one. Everything else looks good in there. Okay, so the number looks like 280225. I think. Looks like it. So everything looks good in there. Okay, I want to check the other clamps on the other hose that I can barely even get at. Wow, okay. Looks like I have to go with a ratchet for that. A little ratchet, 7 mil. Those ones aren't even that tight. At least they were snug. All right. Gasket looks good. I'll give that a wipe down cleanup. This is the new plug drain that they have. It worked really well. It's just a quarter turn, I believe, yeah. And it comes out. Got an O-ring, so you got to make sure that the O-ring's on there and clean. I mean, it feels solid enough that it's not letting anything in, so that's not the culprit. The cover has 12 bolts on it. They're just shoulder bolts. You don't torque them. You just put them down until they stop, and that's it. You just got to make sure your gasket is clean. Well, I've never had an issue with these seals. Never got water in my XMR at all. Seals have always been good. As long as you just put the shoulder bolts down until they stop, and that's it. Don't crank them over. Don't torque them, and it'll be sealed. Just make sure everything's clean. Make sure this is clean. The seal is clean. The inside edge of the case. Make sure everything's clean, and you shouldn't have an issue. Make sure you check your clamps. Check your clamps, check your clamps, because holy cow. I can't believe that. 2 brand new machines I bought. Clamps loose. Wow. Gotta step up the game on the inspection there, Can-Am. Now, I just noticed there's a removable piece here. I'm not sure what that would be for. That's on the primary clutch. That's so you can check to see if your bolt is tight. I'm not sure what that would be for. Huh? Put your seal, gasket seal back in, pretty straightforward. There's only one little U-turn on there. It goes in right there where it's curved. Let's put the slot in. Make sure all your holes are lined up with the bolts so you're not pinching anything. And then put it back on. Put it back on nice and easy so you don't, gasket don't fall out and get pinched anywhere around the edges. And these bolts will fall out of there. They will come out of there, so you just have to put them back in. Make sure the gasket stays on. Kind of goofy. Huh. Okay, you gotta put it on a big angle like that, I guess. Line up the exhaust tube. The gasket keeps falling out. And you gotta work it around again so it don't fall out. Gotta make sure the gasket's in there, that's all. Get one bolt started and it'll hang there. And then, like I said, just make sure that the gasket is in all the way around. And when you put the bolt in, it'll seal nicely. And then you got to put this on all the way and tighten it up. Tighten it up. Okay, like I said, make sure the gasket's in all the way around. And hand driven to put back in. Don't use the impact. I don't even like using a ratchet because you can get too much force on them. Just hand driven, and just get them started. If you feel any resistance, then they'd be cross threaded and don't continue. And once they stop, they're stopped. That's it. There's no torque. It's just stopped. You might be able to give them just a little, but they're stopped, and that's it. But once the bolts are shouldered and slugged up, then just go around, make sure you got them all. Make sure all the bolts are in there, all 12 of them. Okay, then. Okay, then we gotta get the flex hose on. You gotta make sure that it's right set against that flange all the way around. And then tighten. Tight until they're snug, not lightly snug. And then that will be sealed, and the clutch cover is sealed and on. There's things that they go in here, they grab. Same with on the bottom, goes right in here. It helps clean some of the dirt out of here. Get them in, it just slides in and everything's flush. And then I'll be putting a pin in there since there wasn't any to begin with. Okay, so that's the clutch cover. So hopefully that helps somebody. Alright, a little piece of advice. When you get one of these connectors in, well, I got it in my winch package and I foolishly used it. Well, that's what failed. It just stopped working. So that's the problem on the winch. The winch works fine now, so all good to go.